Damn, I didn't even push play. What up, though?
How are you? It's so good to see you.
Yeah. I do need you to do me one favor. You can look at me, you can look at the camera either way, but I need you to speak louder because you acting like you acting like this thing's gonna get left. That's what we do. Okay. That's what we do.
You're gonna edit that out though, right?
Yeah. Nah, these are just like little behind the scenes clips that make the whole thing better.
Okay, I'm talking how's this?
Do I look at the camera or no?
Yeah, you can do both. You can do both.
Okay.
So whenever you're trying to, express something or talk to something, then boom. But if not,
Okay.
we're just chilling, having a great conversation, talking about great things.
All right, cool.
So I got a lot of love, but I ain't got a lot of time with my girl Bway. Tell the good people who you are, what you about, what you doing, all the great things in this world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, hi, I'm Bway Fumo. I'm a spoken word artist. I'm a youth mentor. Former Miss Liberia US 2016 and former Miss Africa USA 2018.
Yo, did y'all hear that? Miss Liberia and Miss Africa.
Yeah.
So Miss Africa is a gigantic continent.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Bigger than America is all I'm trying to say. Miss Africa.
Yeah.
So you said that you do spoken word.
Yes.
Okay, so how did that transition and how did that come along?
Okay, so crazy story. So, originally from Liberia, but I grew up in Washington, D.C. So when I was younger, I grew up playing soccer, and my elementary school had this partnership with a nonprofit called DC Scores, where they collabed soccer and poetry. So it was through them that I ever went to my first poetry slam.
Right.
And I remember I would say, poetry, but more so spoken word, right? Because I feel like spoken word, I kind of describe it to people as acting with my words.
Okay.
So that was the first time I experienced that. But the first time I read a poem was in 3rd grade. And then I started writing my own poetry and short stories in 5th grade. But the first time I went to a poetry slam where they were doing spoken word was through DC Scores. And from the first time I saw it, I was just like, this is what I want to do.
These scores. I've never heard of nothing in that.
Yeah, it's so random.
Kick soccer, write poetry.
Literally.
Put it together. But you're teaching the youth on how to read, how to educate themselves, and most importantly, how to be a great public speaker.
Yes.
DC scores. So I still can't get over this poetry
and soccer. Every time I tell someone that, they're like, "That's so random." I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
That is amazing.
It is,
amazing.
but it is sometimes I think it's like, damn. I feel like, okay, no, this has to have been my purpose because who the hell mixes poetry and soccer?
That is Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I guess the comparison to that I can only think of is just, I don't even know.
Right?
No, I ain't no comparison, but I'm glad that worked for you.
Yeah.
Right? So if you could have a ballpark, how many spoken words have you done live?
Oof.
When did you start going live? I mean, clearly 3rd grade, you was on the intercom, let the people know the world.
Yes, so 3rd grade, I read my first poem in the talent show. It was the corniest poem. I still remember it because
Roses are red, violets are blue. My name is Bway. How about you?
It was literally like Jane is thirsty, or something like that. So she goes outside with a pail of water, or with a pail, and it begins to rain and rain. So the whole poem was just me saying rain. Rain and rain and rain.
Start somewhere.
Yeah, it was just I'm sorry, what was the question?
No, I was saying when it comes to
how many poems have I done? Yeah, so the first time I would say I really got to perform in front of the public, because growing up in elementary school, I used to read the morning announcements, and I would read some of my poems and short stories. But through DC Scores, the same organization, we had a cleanup day. So we had to go clean up our community. And afterwards, the news was there. So I remember we're all in this classroom, the news were there, and I had actually wrote a poem about cleaning up the community, cleaning up our neighborhood. And I got the opportunity to do it. And I remember my friends came to school the next day like, "Oh, we saw you on the news. We saw you on the news." So that was the first time. So 5th grade. And then I can't count. Too many to count.
It's been going ever since.
Just been going ever since, yeah. But I love poetry. I love spoken word. I love writing. I love performing. You know, it's been an amazing outlet for me. And even through my nonprofit, it's called Ms.Spoqueen. The center of it is my spoken word still. So I empower the young girls that I mentor through the art of spoken word, because performing and writing has helped me in so many different ways, right. You know, and it definitely has helped me just be a better public speaker, just be more confident in my voice and having a voice, you know. So yeah, I'm grateful.
One more time. Change the scenery. We're in a great environment where we got a lot of construction going on at this beautiful building that we're in. What is this building called?
Yeah, so the space that we're currently in is called Sycamore and Oak. It's actually a new retail village that just opened in Southeast DC on the 14th of June of this month. And it's a great space. It has 13 Black-owned businesses, clothing brands, and organic market, and cuisine. But it's a very nice space, but they're still kind of, you know, still doing some work. So that's why you hear all the construction. But if you're ever in DC, definitely come check it out. Look it up. They have different activities, like Father's Day. They had a Father's Day brunch. They had like yoga and a fitness segment during the morning. So it's a beautiful space. Definitely something that DC needs.
It's the community. That's the greatest part about it. The communities coming together to make some great things happen.
Yes, absolutely.
This space is just a freaking clear example of that. It's amazing. We skipped by far one of the most important parts. I've known Bway forever.
No, for real.
Forever. Shout out to all the kids that go to college. Make sure that y'all build those friendships with people.
Yes.
Even if y'all don't talk to each other as much as y'all were back then, and life in and continuously grow. Make sure that you keep that nice knit bond. So when you do come together, nothing freaking left. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what. That was 2010-11.
Yeah.
Freshman year at Wesley.
Yeah.
Still my girl.
Yeah, man. Full circle moment. Like you never, who would have known that? Because I know how I was back then.
And if you knew me, you know I wasn't talking to nobody and didn't want to be bothered.
No, for real.
So I definitely wasn't public speaking to anybody. Like, that was the dead mission.
Yeah.
100% not happening.
So who would have known that, you know, we would be at this place where we're talking about our purpose, writing books.
12 years later, we writing books, Bway talking, Bway is having all this great spoken words. She is a freaking DC novelist right now. DC celebrity in the building.
Stop.
Look, we walked in here, everybody was like, oh my God, hey Bway, come on over here, what you doing over here? Oh my God, you want something? Like, golly. Trying to be like, Bway, when I go up.
Not chill. but no, definitely grateful for, you know, the encounter, the connection, the friendship, for sure.
That's love. How many other friends would you say, let's just say, the overall group of friends that you made in college, do you still communicate with them?
For the most part, actually, yeah, definitely.
Obviously, wait one second. Okay. Obviously, we do know that life is like a rocket ship.
Yeah.
So, not all the rockets go to outer freaking space. Yeah. No disrespect to the ones who didn't stay in the friendship or grow and evolve, but at the end of the day, sometimes you got to fall off and make your own lane. And she going to keep hitting her. Soaring to hit her freaking peak.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes. But no, Zane, of course, Neffy, Mish and I are super close. Son, a few people. So yeah, that's one thing I'm grateful for Wesley. I'm like, the school was, but the people were good.
The crazy part about
Trey too. Yeah.
I forgot all about him.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yikes. Boy, life moves fast. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Man,
I love Trey. Trey is such a good father.
Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to you, Trey. Shout out to everybody that she did name that we still know, that we still follow on Instagram.
Yes.
Might hit up every now and then. I hope y'all are doing great things.
Yes,
still prospering. And I hope y'all checked out this podcast where we're giving y'all some light. So my goal with Purposeful Podcast, or Purposeful, the media company is called Purpose Media.
Okay.
But this portion of the podcast is called Purposeful Conversations. So the goal is that I reach out to other people, and other people reach out to me, and this is a podcast where you can shed your light onto the world. Because I got a whole lot of friends and family that don't know anything about you. However, everybody on social media loves the slogan words, love the quotes, love the motivation. Yeah. So they need to know the GOAT that it's coming from. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, thank you.
And that's just the whole goal. So even with the ride with Ty, I know a lot of people that are entrepreneurs, businessmen and women that are killing the scene in their own personal life and in their own wheelhouse, but they also cycle. So, I mean, we were always riding a bike, always going around traveling. Why not come together and I'll do a podcast where I can let your light shine on my people and vice versa. We can just keep allowing the world to become a better place. But most importantly, like Bway said, it's for the youth. The youth needs to know that we have regular people, not these fake celebrities that are unhappy. We got regular people that are still trying to do great things and make the world a better place. And this building alone is a great example of it. Yeah, no, and first of all, thank you so much for even having me on your platform, and I love everything that you're doing. You know, I stand behind you, I applaud you. It is beautiful, and it's definitely needed for young black men to see, you know, other young black men doing I'm gonna put in quotes the uncommon things, right? Not the usual music or whatever, you know, just different, like cycling. I don't know. I mean, we all growing up, we all be on the bikes, you know, we all ride our bikes, but I don't know not one of my, you know, black male friends that are like really cyclists, you know, but that's a lane that's super dope to me. It's healthy, you're working out, it's exposure, it's like you find a different community, so you get exposed. I watch a lot of podcasts, so one of the podcasts I like to watch is the Pivot, and Uncle Fred, he always says exposure leads to expansion, and it's like, no, honestly it really does, because even when I think with me, it's like, man, if I wasn't in DC scores, would I have found poetry? Probably, but how long would it have taken me? So it's like me being exposed to that environment and them taking me to that poetry slam is kind of what like unleashed that thing in me, like, oh, whoa, I've never seen this before. Like, hold on. Absolutely. Yeah, so. Absolutely. Yeah. And to make that into a complete circle, it's so crazy. I got into cycling with the same exact scenario that Bway was in, getting introduced into it with her soccer. I literally have a friend who had a really bad accident. I think it was like 15, maybe 15 or 14. Had a really bad accident, ended up passing away. His dad put me on the cycling. They were having a little cycling ride. I think it was like 20 or 30 miles in Jersey. Okay. I was big on motorcycles. I'm like, but you got me confused. Think I would ever ride 20 miles slow as hell when I can get on this bike and be from Maryland to Jersey in an hour and a quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to waste my time doing that. But in reality, went out there and saw the community, and then I said, you know what, I'm going to get on there and ride with you one time, and then it just took off from there. And now I have friends all over the place. Last year, I'm pretty sure we had, well, I personally touched 27 states on the bike. Woo! In 5 countries on the bike. Just riding the bicycle, you know what I'm saying? That's so beautiful. The moral to the story, try something new, try to be different, but most importantly, try to be a positive inspiration to the youth to let them understand that we can do better, we are going to do better, and that black men don't cheat. Like that's what I don't know. Black men are doing great things. That's what we're trying to say. And black women, everybody is, but the most important, part. Allow on the podcast. She was so until I said that part. Most importantly, make sure the youth know that we are doing great things, man. We're just trying to be the best version of us to inspire y'all to the best version of yourself. Yes, and I think even to make a point as far as the youth, like, my whole thing, I'm all about balance, right? And I try to express that and just really show that to everyone, to the world, to the girls that I mentor, just that balance. So it's like,
for example, of course, when I was doing the pageant and everything, you know, of course, my social media was a little bit more, you know, just in line with what the purpose I was serving. But I tried to make it so now where I don't really try to hide certain parts of my life, because I want the girls that, you know, follow me or that look up to me to know that it's okay to have balance. Like, I could literally go and mentor classrooms full of girls, and that weekend I might be in the club on the couch. Like, you know, I'm talking about singing Future at the top of my lungs. That might be what I want to do.
Absolutely.
But that doesn't make me a bad person.
No.
That doesn't make me a negative influence. That doesn't, because I feel like growing up, like, I had this perception of certain mentors, or like, you know, certain, okay, if I want to be this type of woman, that means I gotta be boring or corny, and I feel like sometimes the young people, they may get turned off because it's like, ew, I don't want to be no goody two shoe, I don't want to be boring. It's like, no, you can have respect and have class and still have a good time. It's all about balance. It's all about knowing when to behave a certain type of way, you know, being able to adapt. So that's the main thing I want to stress to the youth and to young girls. It's all about balance. Like, yeah, just all about balance.
I will also second that, and I try not to put certain stuff in, but I'm going to start doing the same thing, because I feel as though men definitely look at that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think how can I compare respectfully, right? So, but like she just said, so I don't drink, I don't smoke, but sometimes I will go to park.
Good, that's good.
I will go to park on the 14th and have a great time, and I might drink every now and then. You know what I'm saying? My man gonna have a freaking wedding. I will drink one time in a year, and I'm gonna be upside down for that one time. So the moral to the story, I will start incorporating that into my life too, because I think that is important that the youth understand that you can be cool, you can be fly, but you can also have a purpose that's not, like you said, doing something that's not of the freaking norm. Being more than a statistic, being better, and just overall showing like we're normal people. We make mistakes. I just explained to Bway, I made 2 of them. Yeah. 2 big ones. We made mistakes.
Fine.
But at the end of the day, we're still trying to be as, you know, great of a person that we can be.
Yeah, and we're human, we're people, and I feel like that's all the youth want to know. They just want to know, like, I can do good and be good to my community and still be myself. Like, I don't have to completely change who I am in order to be a successful person, because you really don't. And like I always say, like, I'm a God's gang member. I am absolutely a gang member for God. Okay? And for real, that's how I feel. And I just feel like God knows you. Like, He knows who you are. He knows your heart. He knows where you are in your life. And He will meet you there. So you don't always have to, like, change the core of you. Yeah, there might be certain habits and things that you need to change, but whoever you are to the core, you don't have to change that in order to inspire or impact someone in a positive way or be a good person. So
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love how we just transitioned so smooth and easily like that too. Like, it was just
because it's purpose.
Purpose.
I like how you segue into just explaining what was going on.
Oh yeah.
So I think people understand.
Yeah, the people. If they don't, then they don't.
Then they don't, right? Hey, for
we
real.
doing the best that we can do while they watching. Because there's 3 types of people in this world: people that make it happen, people that watch it happen, and people that don't know what the hell going on.
Okay.
So you gotta choose one. So
listen, that's a fact.
I do got a quick question for you. Like,
okay.
So Miss Liberia and Miss America, how did that happen?
Miss Africa.
Africa.
Yes.
That's even better. That's that's even better.
Yeah. So, well, it's Miss Liberia U.S.
Okay.
Because I have to specify, because they do have a Miss Liberia in Liberia.
Okay.
So I didn't win that. I do know the young lady who did win. Shout out to Wookie. But yeah, so Miss Liberia in the U.S. Okay, so basically in 2015, I was having a conversation with God.
Right.
And just praying and just really realized, like, okay, my purpose, I really want to mentor. I want to inspire young girls. I want to do something in empowering and inspiring. And at the time, I didn't really know too many people in DC because I had went to high school in Jersey. So like all of the friends.
That's what I was going to ask. I was literally, that was one of the questions that had slipped my mind.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought she was from or living in Jersey at the time.
Yeah.
Because you was with the Jersey people.
No, yes.
And then the DC came when we grew up. But anyways, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I moved away at 13. I left DC and went to high school in Jersey. So like, of course, all of my friends that I had, I didn't really keep in touch. People moved, you know, life. So when I came back, a lot of my friends were like just kids gone, different things. And and I really wasn't like going out on the scene, so I didn't really know anyone. So I'm praying, I'm just talking to God like, okay, this is what I want to do, but how am I going to get people to know about it? Because I don't really know anyone out here. And that's through the prayer, this when it was like, oh, the pageant, like do this pageant. I've had people ask me in the past and I was like, what? No, because I'm absolutely a tomboy, like doing a pageant. No thanks. But
meanwhile, she got a dress on right now. So that's a whole other story.
Well, no, I'm more in my feminine energy now. It's years later. But at that time, it was like, no, I'm not doing no pageant.
Bway was young. Bway was loud. I had to tell Bway to actually talk loud, and I'm like, this ain't the boy I know, because the boy I know, well, obviously that was years ago.
Loud.
She was loud.
I was super loud.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
But at that moment, it's like, oh, okay, no, the pageant will lead me there because, you know, when you walk in purpose, you're going to move a little different, do things differently. And so at that point, it's like, I don't care if I've never done a pageant, I had never modeled, I've never done like anything girly or feminine at all. So it was a little intimidating because a lot of the girls who participated like had did pageants before or model or stuff like that. So it was a little intimidating, but it was really just that thing like, nah, this is what I told God I wanted. This is my purpose for doing it. It's for this reason, for my cause of mentoring young girls. So it was just like, it was an easy decision. Like, nah, this is what I'm gonna do, and I did it. And by God's grace, I won.
First place.
Okay, came first place, and oh my gosh, it exposed me so much. It helped me because that was my opener when I was reaching out to these schools. It was like, hey, I'm currently Miss Liberia, U.S. So it was so easy to get in and just, you know, started volunteering at different organizations, schools, connecting, and then from there, of course, being able to actually register my business and get my first contract and everything. So that's how I got into that. And then for Miss Africa, that one was really because after I won, everybody just kept saying like, can you do another one? Do another one. And my designer at the time, she was like, I'll sponsor all your clothes if you do another one.
Where we sign up? Where we sign up at? Because I ain't paying.
So when she said that, I'm like, all right, fine. So I did Miss Africa. And then by God's grace, Miss Africa USA, and by God's grace, I won that. And it was, they actually assisted me with like registering my nonprofit and everything. So from there, that's really when Ms.Spoqueen actually like became a real thing and just took off from there.
That's low.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That's so. I feel like that's so powerful though. Like I remember being a kid and watching that when it would randomly come on TV for like Miss America, and they would have the Miss Hawaii or Maryland and so on and so on. Well, that's amazing to know somebody. I'm sure it was like, hey, this is Bway, I'm Miss Africa. Right. Like, let's go
No,
make some
for real.
happen.
Especially if I came with like my sash and my crown. But I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if I was to do it again, I would just embrace it a little more. I feel like I kind of a little bit got blinded by the reason I did it. So it's like I didn't really pay too much attention to the benefits that came with it. It was more so like, I'm trying to get like my nonprofit. That's what I'm trying to do. But no, it was absolutely an amazing experience.
Is there like an age limit on it?
There is. for some of them, I'm not doing no more pageants. I had somebody ask me, I done had other pageant like agencies reach out like, oh, I'm like, I'm good. I did it for the purpose that I did it for.
And that's it.
And that's it. My nonprofit is launched, is real. I don't need to do no more pageants.
So tell us about the nonprofit.
Yeah, so Spoqueen. Spoqueen, and the name is spoken, like spoken word artist and queen combined, because I empowered the young girls that I mentored through spoken word. And just seeing how much poetry and spoken word has helped me in my life, from my public speaking, from my confidence, from just therapy, you know, just expressing myself and getting things out. I wanted to give that, you know, to another girl and just give them kind of a different way to express themselves. I remember one time, the first contract that I got, one of the students, she like came up to me and she gave me like this piece of paper. I'm like, what's this? She was like, it's a poem I wrote. Her dad had recently walked out of her life. Yeah, and it was a poem she wrote about like how she felt. And oh my gosh, like I cried. Because it's like, you know, when you create something, okay, you know, your book or my poetry book, you don't, even the nonprofit, you have a feeling like this is what someone needs, but you don't know. You know, you don't know if it's connecting. You don't know if it's inspiring. You don't know if it's making sense, right? So in that moment, when she came up to me and gave me that, and mind you, this student, I'm talking about, was the shyest girl. Like, did not talk, kept to herself. It would be times where I had to be like, you better do this activity. Like, I would, because I get real with my girls. Like, yeah, I'm like, nah, we not doing that. You can leave. I don't care if you leave. Okay? I'm here either way. Okay. Stay, go. It would be times where I had to really get on her, like, no. And to see her, one, they actually had the opportunity to perform a poem that they wrote. So they all wrote lines and then I kind of just put it together. Performed, and I'm talking about, she's at the front of the stage and her mom literally her mom was watching. She's like, that's not my daughter. So it was those two moments. It was that, and when she gave me the letter where it was like, oh no, this really is working. Like, okay, I wasn't tripping. Like, this wasn't in my head. Like, no, this poetry and spoken word, no, this really does help people. It does heal people, and it is making a difference. So yeah, I love it. I'm grateful. I tell God every day, thank you for, you know, blessing me with this purpose and trusting me, because being able to influence, especially a girl, her mind so young, that's a big trust thing. So for all the schools that I've worked with, the parents that bring their kids, everyone, I'm so grateful, because that's huge to me.
That's love.
Yeah.
So I love it. I'm mad about one thing.
What?
You wrote these poetry books, but they didn't bring a poetry book. So how we gonna talk about it and show you all these poetry books?
I know. Listen, I'm so sorry, but I do have two poetry books. So one is called, is a series. But I'm still only on book one. So the first one is called the Love Poetry Book. And basically the series is, I am on a journey to love as closely to how God loves. So I usually don't tell people, but the book been out for a while now. So the first book, when you read the poems, you'll realize all the poems are about self-love. So I feel like that's the first type of love you need to master.
Absolutely, so.
Before you can master any other type, right?
Self-esteem, first word of that is self. If you can't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. So you're going to overlove that person and be broken because you still don't love yourself.
Amen. Preach. Amen. 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 And then my second poetry book is it's called Freeform Love. And it's basically just short poems about love from the perspective of he, she, and I. So just basically conversations, polls that I did on my Instagram with what men would want or how they want to be loved, and my experience as a woman and talking to my girls of how women want to be loved, and then my perspective on how I want to be loved, mixed in with different short quotes and stuff. So Yeah, that's the book.
Listen to that. Listen to that consistency though, right? She doesn't realize, but I don't have a book. Obviously, don't know why. That's a whole other conversation. First of all, where can we buy them at?
So you can buy them on my website. So I don't know. I don't know those.
So check this out. That's what's
Just
about
go to
to
my Instagram.
This is about to happen. I'm gonna put her on free game. You can buy it on Amazon next month, July.
Okay.
July.
No, wait.
No.
Hold on. Don't give me
I'm
a
gonna give her a
deadline.
date to hold her accountable. I'm gonna give her a date.
Give me August.
No. Oh, it's recording. I was about to say.
Oh. No, but I do have a website.
Okay. August. Boy said August. Are you a Leo?
Aquarius.
When is your birthday?
January 26th.
Oh, I thought you was a Leo.
No.
You give off Leo vibes.
Do I?
Yes. No? You don't like Leos?
I mean, not that I don't like them. I'm just not
I'm
one.
about to say, I'm a Leo.
I'm Aquarius gang all day.
Whatever. August. Name them both of them.
So, the Love series and Freeform Love.
I'm gonna drop the website in here. I'm gonna put it also in the bio on YouTube and on Spotify. And I'm also obviously gonna tag her Instagram post. But we're gonna be able to buy these also on Amazon in August. I'm gonna give her this free game. We're gonna put it together. We're gonna make it happen. You're gonna be able to buy both of those in Amazon. I can think of 10 women right now. I don't know of any men, actually 2 of them. I can think of 2 men, but I can definitely think of 10 women right now that will buy it because they love freaking poetry.
Yeah.
And you don't even know them, but they gonna love you. Whole other conversation for a whole nother freaking
all right,
day.
I like that. Help me, help build me.
No, I got you.
That's what we're here to do.
It's building this teamwork together.
Yes.
But I feel like the whole love poetry book is amazing because for some reason we always do that, and I don't know if it's just parenting or if it's just the way that we grew up, but we tend to give love to others more than we love ourselves, and that is like a very sad thing. It's very hurtful because then we put ourselves into bad predicaments.
Yes.
But I do feel like I would love the second one just as much because I could read different short poems together and they would just flow. I can't think of the book right now, and I wouldn't shout it out even if I could because it's not ours and it's not hers.
Right,
but at the end of the day, there is a book that I saw somebody post where they just are putting like little poetry quotes in there, or just little like motivational quotes, and it's every single page, and there's like a whole book that's just strictly that.
Yeah.
So hers is coming out in August.
Yes.
And we're gonna be pushing it. But where I was going with this whole story was, Bway doesn't even remember, but the poll that she's talking about, I commented on that same exact poll.
You did?
Yes. And when you said that, actually, it just made me reflect. I don't interact on like Instagram like that, and I was big until this year. I wasn't posting nothing.
Not there, really.
And I'm definitely not DMing nobody. If I DM you, believe me, it's because I really see something that you're doing, and I want to either help you or try to assist in some type of way. But I remember her posting it, and it's just crazy how it's full circle.
That's why I was doing it. I ain't even know.
Yeah, full circle. But this goes to show you all too, like you can do the same thing. Just stay consistent.
Absolutely.
And when you don't know or you have I would say comparing 2 different things together to try to figure out what you want to do, go ahead on Instagram, put a little poll up there.
Absolutely.
You're always going to get a hater, so don't let that bother you. And then the ones that are going to support you are going to support you. But remember, people that don't know you will always support you more than people that do know you. Yeah. So don't get down on yourself. Throw a little poll up there. Take all of the information together. And that's when you publish and push it out.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of you. Yeah.
A little segue off of that, I do have a quick question for you.
Yes.
So, if you could ask, well, I don't want to say ask, if you could change anything that has happened in your past, would you?
Nope.
Why is that?
Because everything that's happened has made me me. And I don't know if anything would have changed. I don't know where that would have led me, so no.
I like that.
Yeah, even the hard stuff, the heartbreak or difficult moments or bad decisions, no, I wouldn't change it because from all of it, I grew, you know. I learned and I grew, and I am the person I am today because of everything that happened. So, nah, I wouldn't relive it.
I wouldn't relive it, but I ain't change it.
I wouldn't relive it, but I wouldn't change it.
Okay, so in comparison to that conversation, do you believe that everything that you're doing is kind of walking into your purpose, or do you think that what you're doing has defined what your purpose is?
So here's my purpose. That Neffy actually helped me uncover this. I remember the time we were.
Shout out to Neffy.
Shout out to Neffy. That's my sis. But I remember the time that we were sending voice notes, and she said this, and I cried, and I realized, like, my purpose it's not the poetry, it's not the mentoring, it's not whatever else I'm doing. Like, my purpose is literally just making people feel good, feel loved, and feel heard, because I learned that that's what I do best in everything, no matter what career I had, whether I was when I'm working at the bank, or when I'm driving Uber, or whatever I'm doing, right? Or, you know, with my cannabis company. I'm lying.
Speaking it into existence. That's all that's happening. When they come, we come.
Yeah, but no matter what, even if I'm out at a restaurant or a club or whatever, the interactions that I have with people, the way people always tell me how I make them feel, the way people, like, I've met people and they're like, I don't even know why I'm telling you this, or I don't even know why I'm crying in front of you. And I had to realize, like, no, that's my purpose. So no matter what I'm doing, if it's in my poetry, if it's in my mentoring, if it's in whatever I'm doing, my purpose is just to make sure I make at least one person feel good, feel seen, and feel heard.
That's a freaking bar. That is a bar. I love it. But you definitely do give off that aura of just, like, confining, like, understanding, or like, I can just talk to you about anything.
Yeah.
We had a little heart-to-heart the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
She learned a lot.
I did.
She learned a lot. That's love, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sure you do this all the time with your young mentees. But my question is, if you could tell a younger you,
yes, ooh,
something, what would you tell them?
I would tell a younger me, you are worthy. You are worthy of whatever it is you want to do, wherever you want to go, whatever you want to start. You are worthy enough to do anything that you want to do. That would be my biggest one, because I feel like, well, that's probably the biggest thing that I've struggled with, just based off, you know, different things, upbringing, a bunch of stuff. You know, we all a little messed up, but that's probably been my biggest battle, is like knowing and being secure and knowing that, no, I am worth this. I am worth whatever price I set, whatever I created, whatever price I set it for, I'm worthy of that price. Whatever opportunity I get, I am worthy of having that opportunity. Like, there is no imposter syndrome, or, oh, I shouldn't be here, or I should. No, I'm here, and I am worthy because God created me that way, and because God gave me the blessing. And it would just be disrespectful to God if I'm just walking out here acting like I'm not the person that I am. Like, I know God be looking at us in those moments like, do you know who you are to me?
I put you here on purpose. I could have not let you be here today.
Literally. Do you know how I create? Do you know how I watch over you? Do you know how I make things just align for you? You should be head high, and when you see me in my head high and I'm confident, no, it's not me. It's because it's God. It's because, yeah, I know God, and I know what He's done for me in my life. So, yeah, I'm going to act accordingly.
Period. With a T at the end.
Okay, period. But yes, that would be it. You are worthy.
That's deep.
Yeah.
So, that is really deep. Do you have anything in specific you want to tell the people?
Man, listen. First of all, God first. That's number one. And I know we struggle a lot with like our relationship with God. You might not feel worthy. You might not feel like you done made mistakes. You done did things in your past, but God knows who you are. He created you. He knew what you was gonna do before you did it. The dumb stuff, the good stuff, the terrible stuff, the stuff that you're ashamed of, stuff you don't want to tell anyone. Like, he knew all of those things, and he still loves you. So you gotta forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and know that your past doesn't define you. And as long as you're really making an effort to change and be a better you, that's all that matters. So yeah, just keep God first, and just know that you are worth everything that you want to accomplish. You really are. And listen, life is life. I tell people this. Life is life. That bitch crazy. We don't need to help her. Life is going to do what she want to do.
Exactly.
We don't need to help her in nothing. So when I say that, meaning you don't need to be out here worrying. You don't need to be thinking negative thoughts. You don't need to be just, beating down on yourself, or because life she gonna do all of that. She gonna do some wild shit. So don't help her. Do not help her. Focus on being you. Focus on knowing you, learning you. Focus on healing you, right? And everything else will fall in place. I can promise that.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Why, how do you, I guess it's over your time, but how do you be just flowing and speaking so easily?
Because I'm a poet.
Shout out to all the poets in the world. Big shout out to Bway.
I'm a poet. I'm crafty with the words.
I hear,
it's like, nah.
I hear.
But no, I don't know. I really just, like, it goes back into, is why God put me here, because sometimes I be saying stuff like, damn, okay.
Did I just say that? That came out of my brain?
No, for real. Like, okay, that was
effortlessly.
good. Yeah, so it's just God. I don't, that's the only way I can explain it.
Shout out to God.
Shout out to God. Big God. God gang member. Yes.
Do you have any poetry lines or anything you want to spit to the people before we get out of here?
Yeah, I'll do a poem. I'll do this one because I feel like it's inclusive. You are beautiful beyond measures. You are king, queen, royalty running deep within your blood veins. You are magic, magnificent. I take that back. You see, you cannot be described. You are not just adjectives. You are more than actions. You are God in His image, reflection. You create creations beyond this world. You are limitless. You are words that I cannot even define. You are black. You are white. You are Indian, Middle Eastern, Muslim, Christian, but you are human. So you deserve a chance, baby. You deserve to give yourself a chance. Thank you.
I appreciate you, Bway, for this great opportunity. Yes. Yes.
No, I appreciate you, Ty. And I'm going to give you your flowers. I am so proud of you. Seriously, I'm so in awe of everything that you're doing. And I just pray that God continues to cover you, to bless you, to just give you even bigger visions and take you to bigger places. And yes, and one day I hope to see you on the pivot, okay?
Hey, listen, Uncle Fred, I ain't nothing but a phone call away, baby. I pay for the flight myself.
No, for real.
And I pay for the hotel too.
Yes.
But nah, I definitely appreciate that, and I feel like we definitely should do that more often. We should give people their flowers while they're here. I don't know why we do it when people die, because they ain't never going to use them, and you just wasting somebody else's flowers and money.
Literally.
Give them flowers while they actually here, so we can be happy about it and live in that current moment.
Yes.
I appreciate you.
No, of course. I'm really proud. I'm proud of your growth, like everything.
Y'all don't understand. She seen it. I was a whole different person.
All right.
Whole nother deal. I was a little pup.
A whole nother human being.
A whole different human being.
It's a lot of growth. A lot of growth has taken place to this.
I appreciate you. I appreciate it. All right, good people. As usual, be you, be true. Let the universe do the rest. Have a great one, and stay tuned for the next one. Books is dropping. Well, the book's already out, but you can buy it
on Amazon. In August.
And look below. You can check out her website. Make sure y'all pull up in DC or Maryland or Philly, wherever she at, Jersey, for another one of her spoken word nights. And y'all have a good one and be safe.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
Yes, of course. That was good. I love it.
Now you can go eat.